Good morning, Philippines. My app are back. Here's the plan. More of the same. More tie beams being put into place, more concrete being poured on tie beams, more wall extensions. What could possibly go wrong? For anyone that watched yesterday's episode, Brad Pitt has declined to come back, which is odd, you know, me and him, best buds. But he said no, he's not coming, but he hasn't actually sued me yet. So that's nice. Today, more of those tie beams going in. I'm not sure how extensive that will be. Maybe we'll have the entire perimeter of the house, all of the tie beams poured. We'll see. It's basically more of the same, which may not make for very exciting viewing. Not that I'm sure any of this is particularly exciting, but if it is just more of the same, we could end up with another very short video. Hopefully this dummy will have things properly charged today and we won't lose lots of clips with audio. As before, what can go wrong is me. So far, nothing has gone wrong on the build side itself. We'll see how today develops. What can I mess up today? Right, it's 11 o'clock or just after. And here we have my brother-in-law, Coelito, who's joined the crew. And they have given him one of the jobs that I guess they typically might give to newbies. Cut out this tree stump. Most of the trees that were on the fence line were dug out before the project even started. For some reason, this one got missed and it's not easy to get to. So he's been hacking away at it with a machete. And despite the fact that we've only got two gentlemen, one here and Coelito over here, there are in fact three guys working on this section, and there is more visible progress already. So the 50% increase in manpower appears to be making a difference. This is almost certainly the first thing I've seen on site that I'm not overly comfortable with. We've talked before about mixing concrete on top of something to stop it from just caking into the ground, and here they've not mixed it on top of something. So unless they deal with it fairly quickly after this concrete has been used, they might have a bit of a longer job to dig out the hardened material later on. But they know what they're doing. And here there is an ongoing effort to slowly pump out the water from what I guess we can call a drainage hole. Because there's been no rain for a while now, a few days, it has, of course, the water's gone down a little bit, but they're now trying to pump out more. We'll see how that goes on during the course of the day. And we now have concrete hollow blocks extending to some extent all the way across the front of the house. We also have concrete poured into the tie beam trenches almost to the end on this side. It's just after 4:30. The day is done. I've deliberately not done other walk-arounds today, well, not too many anyway, because I suspect there's only so many times you can put up with me saying, oh wow, they're zipping along here, look how many more concrete hollow blocks they've put in, or my goodness, that's a lot more concrete poured into tie beams. So with that in mind, wow, they're zipping along here on these concrete hollow blocks. And further down, you can't see it, but take my word for it, they've got the tie beams concreted in on this perimeter wall almost down to the end of the house. Sorry about that. Wow, they're zipping along here. Concrete hollow blocks all along the front. That's as high as they're going to go at this point. And tie beams all the way down to this corner, down to what it will be the back of the house, and a little bit across this side as well. And Ariel here, still going, still working. And if you can make him out over at the back there, you got Ronwell inspecting where his metal has been put. Now, I did mention yesterday that the order in which they were going to do things, but I'll give you a little bit more on that now. So, actually, the concrete hollow blocks that you can just about make out at the front, that is as high as they're going to go. Then, well, they will complete that all the way around the outside of the house. They'll complete pouring the tie beams on the interior walls. Then they will then they will do the base of the columns. Then they will start the backfill, and there will be mechanical equipment, I'm told, coming in to do that. Once the backfill material is all in place, then it's gravel, and then they pour the slab. So that's the process they're going to follow here. The estimate, no promises, because everything could possibly go wrong, but the estimate from Manny the foreman is that they might get to the slab in 2 weeks' time. Right, here on the south-east-ish corner. Wow, look at all the extra concrete hollow blocks, and my goodness, they've got a lot more rebar concreted in. This is a much more challenging area to build the wall. They have to deal with things like this, where the wall on the neighbouring property juts out. They've had to deal with tree stumps sticking out as they go along, so it does make even just digging out the trench along this side a lot more challenging. But they have made great progress today. We're still sticking at the moment at I think it's a 4 concrete block height, and I imagine they'll continue with that at this point until they get further down this wall. And finally, here from the command post, where the engineer spends a lot of his day looking over plans, directing traffic. Actually today he was definitely multitasking. He was using the rod and the other tools to make sure the concrete was going in properly, to avoid voids, to not have voids. And he was actually putting concrete in at some point into the concrete hollow block. So he's a man of many talents. We also had a number of deliveries today, small deliveries. It's almost a kind of a just-in-time delivery system they operate here. So some of this wood that they're currently using for making forms, that was delivered in today. A lot more rebar came in today. Didn't see any more concrete hollow blocks coming in today, but that doesn't mean there wasn't some. And here's the process for making concrete. One to another, bringing in the cement mix, the gravel, the sand, chucking it all in under Nanny's watchful gaze to make sure they get the combination right. Go back, pick up some more with Oliver filling buckets full of gravel over there. They really don't slouch around, do they? Right, definitely the end. See you tomorrow.